I just love the fact that anyone who said anything remotely like dark or anti-religious at all, that Chance was just, he did not try to hide his bias at all. He was just like, I wasn't fucking with that. Nope. It's just like, I thought this was supposed to be about the music, not like your belief system.
There was definitely, and I hope this isn't like, man, fuck it.
No offense to Chance.
Yeah,
Huge fan.
and also no offense to Chance either, what I'm about to say, but there was definitely a conversation behind the scenes of like, man, he loves God too much. like everyone was just like, not everyone, but it was just like, damn. Well, I never had to deal with that because I wasn't saying anything like on either side of the spectrum. But yeah, the people who did like test it, yeah, they were like, man, fuck, some bullshit, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'll leave it at that.
It was funny as hell seeing Cardi too, because Cardi like at times would just be like, you know, I thought that you're a good rapper, you made a great song, but I could never imagine it playing in the club. And it's just like, why does it have to be played in the club? Not every song has to be played in the club.
There were a couple of questionable like things like, yeah, like that's gonna scare white people. Like, you can't say that.
A lot of the best rap music of all time scared white people. And that was a big part of its appeal.
Yeah, that was there was some questionable judgments, and I'll say this too. I was the biggest Cardi like advocate backstage, like because people were like, I don't know if I should say all this, but people were like kind of like, oh, what does she know? Like, what does she know about rap?
Well, sometimes she's not even using like actual words. She'd just be like, that song. And it's so funny because the whole audience is laughing and so hyped on this answer, and I'm like, she didn't say anything. But I get it. She is kind of charming without really saying anything.
Shit, yeah. No, I had her back. Cardi, I had your back the whole time.
She's rad. Sometimes I'm watching her like, why are we all falling for this?
Well, I know why. It's because no one else could do it. If someone else could be Cardi B right now, they would have been Cardi B.
Right.
Like she's really one of a kind. That's it. We're falling for a rarity.
A lot of the best like actors are like dudes who can carry movies. I don't know if you're super familiar with Adam Sandler, but when I think about Billy Madison, like the shampoo and the conditioner are fighting. It's like when I look back on that now, I'm like, why was this so fucking funny? Because from any actor who is less charming or like, oh, hello, Mr. Penguin. It's like this would seem so stupid, but he's like a good enough actor to pull it off. And that's if you could pull off like dumb physical comedy and like weird facial gesture comedy, then you got it.
Yep, Cardi got it. Cardi got it, dude.
That's crazy. So you get off the show. Has it opened a lot of doors for you? Just in terms of, I'm sure that a shitload of people like. Because for me, I'm watching the show, and everybody that I'm any way interested in, I'm like checking my Instagram to see if they ever DM me, and like hitting people up just to like. I hit you up. I'm like, man, you won that battle.
Thank you.
I'm just like, it's so cool to be able to offer people commentary in real time while watching the show.
No, that was great. That was really great, by the way. I appreciate the fuck. Because I've gotten a couple of those just from like random people, and I just been like, oh, well, yours was one of the ones where I was like, I read it and I was just like, what the fuck? Like, how did this come? And the game hit me up one time, and I was just like, what the fuck? Like those type of interactions have been new. Like that shit has been beautiful. Now, with that being said, again, I'm gonna stop saying that for the rest of the show.
It's a good turn of phrase.
It didn't help musically as well as much as people would have thought, because people like I got like an extra almost 200,000 followers just from the show, right? And that's cool, but people are following me because I was on a reality show more than me being a good artist.
It's a different type of fan base there again. Yeah,
it's like I can get people to like my pick of like me interviewing my daughter, but I can't get that person to come to my show. Hell no, they don't want to see that shit because they like the allure of, oh, he was a reality TV show. Y'all don't give a fuck. Y'all don't know any of my songs. So that's been a little bit. That's a hard space to navigate because once again, all I can do is just keep doing me. But yeah, it's been weird.
Have you put out a lot of music since then? Like, do you have a feeling that if you were to go all out for a video or a project or whatever, that you could manage to get a lot more attention on it?
Yeah. I think specifically for a video, yes. It's just harder for people that don't know you to listen to just your music. Yeah. So if I put a video out, which I will be very soon, I think I'll get a lot of traction on it. But I just put out an album, and it's Yeah, it's doing okay, but it's not the same amount of likes that if I put out a fucking picture of me and Cardi B, some shit like that.
Do you
It's not
feel
the
like
same.
if you had made it deeper into the show that the effect would be way amplified? Because I've noticed that a few of the people that made it to the final round have like 1 million+ followers now, and I don't know to what extent they might say the same thing about their music now.
Yeah, D Smoke, when he put out his Inglewood High tape, I think it charted. Like,
Really?
because people were down. Like, yeah, we got to see you make your song.
Right.
I'm a big believer of people like understanding the process. If you understand the process, like you will become more a part of this artist's life.
That's the whole problem in rap, is just to humanize yourself. How do you convince people that you actually are the kind of person they should give a fuck about?
Yeah, and I think for Smoke in the last 4, they got to see them write songs. They got to see them prepare for live shows. They got to see them do the live shows. So yeah, that for me, the thing that sucks about it for me losing to Smoke is that's where my story ends on Rhythm and Flow, and my name is always connected to Smoke's in some way. It's like, oh, you should have beat Smoke, or oh man, like it'd have been tight to see you beat Smoke and go to the music video challenge. It's never just like, oh man, it's not never. Let me not say that. A quarter of the time, it's me being related to Smoke in some way.
And it's weird because you like the guy, no animosity. You're like, damn, he's a talented guy.
Yeah, not at all. That's the homie.
Yeah.
And I never got the first time I got to see him rap is when he stood in front of me and said I look like Steve Harvey. That was the first time I got to see him rap.
Dude, I'm a fucking Steve Harvey convert now. I love that guy.
Really?
He's so funny. I don't know.
He's a doofus.
You don't like him?
This dude
God
said so he had this like motivational thing like after his like Steve Harvey show or whatever, and he's like, yo, y'all shouldn't sleep 8 hours a day. That's crazy. Like the real people who like only sleep like 3 hours.
Yeah.
So what the fuck are you talking about? You like trying to not get me to sleep, Steve Harvey? That's dumb as fuck.
Do you remember this thing that came out where he put out a memo that was basically telling everybody who's on the set of his TV show that they're not allowed to talk to him in the hall because he's sick and tired of people trying to vulture his time out of him?
See, I'm with that actually.
That's so tight.
Yeah, I can fuck with that. Yeah.
I feel that sometimes where like if I'm backstage at a show and I feel like if I'm not in direct communication with someone for 3 seconds, that someone's gonna be like, "Big, hey, let me tell you about my SoundCloud." Oh.
So this is the conversation I had with X-Rated about me trying to do this shit sober and having this realization that the only reason I'm drinking is for the before and the after the show. It's not for the performance. I've been doing performing for my whole life. I know I got that shit down. It's this social anxiety, and he said it too. He said, yeah, I got social anxiety too. His for a different reason because he's ready to go. If some shit pops off, like I'm ready, like that social
He's
anxiety.
scared of himself.
Yeah. My social anxiety comes from just not wanting to talk to people and hating small talk and like that type of shit. So yeah, man, I have that same, that's where the Steve Harvey comes out in me, is just to like, I don't want to be zapped of any energy before or after or any of that shit. So yeah, then I drink and do drugs.
That makes sense to me. The final thing I want to say with Steve Harvey though is that I watched a shitload of Family Feud as a kid.
Yeah.
And then like I was an adult by the time they switched him out for Steve Harvey on the show. So I had never really seen it. And then randomly on YouTube I clicked on a video of like the funniest, like the worst answers.
Yeah.
And it's just Steve Harvey just mocking these people when they got the wrong answer. And I just immediately like reconsidered Steve Harvey
That's
as a
what
person.
got you to convert?
Because, you know, when it was it, no, Bob Barker was Price is Right. It was Drew Carey for a long time, but who was it before that?
Family Feud?
Yeah.
Louis Anderson was a couple of years, but he
yeah.
wasn't the very last one. Then it was the dude from Home Improvement for a little bit. You remember that?
Tim Allen?
Nah, the other dude, the worst dude, the neighbor, not the neighbor, his like homie. Forget
Al
his name.
Borland?
Yeah, it was Al. Al was the host, and then before Steve Harvey, I don't remember.
But when Steve Harvey takes over Family Feud, it's just like, you know, it's just such a different breed of comedy.
Yeah.
And it's just so much funnier to see this guy. I don't know, man. I became a fan as soon as I watched that one YouTube video. I'm going to get cable and just start watching Family Feud.
You're not going to get cable.
No. I would go on that show in a heartbut, though. That would be the
for
best
sure.
thing ever.
Yeah.
You and your family just teaming up. It must be so fun.
That's great.
So much camaraderie. So, yeah, what's your life like these days? And, like, what's been going on that's different?
Shows, a lot of shows. I'm going on tour, which is why I'm trying to catch this like addiction thing before I go on tour. That's what once Juice WRLD That whole thing happened. Like I never like there was no like immediate like connection to him. Like I didn't really listen to his music or like fuck like with him like that. But when he died, that shit got me in the way. It's like, oh yeah, like addiction and like drugs will fucking kill you. Say all that to say. I'm going on tour, trying to do this shit sober. Yeah, that's the main thing that's changed. The price for shows went up, and yeah, so I'm gonna try to make my money off of that.